Toy Story 5 has everything it needs to become the best movie in the entire franchise. But have you ever stopped to think that many very dark things could happen in this film? Lilyad destroyed. Even though many Toy Story villains do everything they can to ruin the lives of Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, and the other toys, their defeat usually isn't complete destruction. Most of the time, it's just a humiliating ending. But we believe Lilyad's defeat could be much worse. Sid was terrified when he discovered that toys were alive. Stinky Pete ended up becoming the toy of a messy little girl. Lotso was tied to a garbage truck. They suffered a lot, but they're still alive. Meanwhile, Gabby got a happy ending, finally finding a child who loved her. Because of that, there's only one type of ending that hasn't happened to a Toy Story villain yet: total destruction. Whether we like it or not, Lilyad might be the biggest threat the toys have ever faced. She could ruin their lives at any moment, since she is capable of recording them and using that recording to reveal to anyone the secret that toys can move on their own. One of the movie posters shows Lilyad recording Woody, Buzz, and Jessie, which is a strong hint that she will actually do this in the film. If that happens, one of the only ways to defeat Lilyad would be for all the toys to unite and completely break her before she can publish the video. Since tablets are expensive, Bonnie's parents probably wouldn't buy her another one anytime soon. That would be a pretty macabre ending for a Toy Story villain, but it's very possible that it could happen. We're just getting started talking about the terrible truth you didn't know about Toy Story 5. Are you ready? Because another amazing Cinewave is starting now. Sid passed away. Even though he was just a child in the movie where he had his biggest role, Sid was one of the most terrifying villains in Toy Story. Most people assume that after being traumatized when he saw the toys moving at the end of the first film, he simply went on with his life like anyone else. But what if Toy Story 5 confirms that Sid is no longer alive? As absurd as it may sound, there are clues suggesting that Sid actually died. This would have happened after the events of Toy Story 3, since he was still alive in that film. He appeared working as a garbage collector and wearing the same skull t-shirt he wore as a kid. But the biggest proof that Sid might not be among us anymore appears in Coco, which is about a boy named Miguel who travels to the dimension where people's spirits go after their lives end. When Miguel is watching a musical performance, one of the musicians who appears is a skeleton wearing a black t-shirt with a skull on the chest. Exactly the same shirt Sid has worn since he was a child. And remember, Sid loves music. He was listening to music and singing while collecting trash in Toy Story 3, so everything suggests that this spirit from Coco could actually be Sid after his death. Toy Story 5 could confirm this and reveal the reason why Sid died so early. Did he suffer a car accident while riding on the garbage truck? Or was it something even worse? Lotso's return. To this day, Lotso is considered by many to be the greatest villain in all of Toy Story, and that's understandable. Unlike Sid, who hurt toys without knowing they were alive, Lotso always knew he was making living beings suffer. Because of that, it would make perfect sense to bring this villain back in Toy Story 5. And that decision would definitely excite longtime fans and bring them back to theaters quickly. There are also story reasons for this to happen. Lotso was a tyrant who controlled Sunnyside Daycare and did cruel things to anyone who tried to escape or stand up against him. The plush bear got the ending he deserved, being stuck forever on a garbage truck. A terrible fate. But the truth is that Lotso is still alive and could escape from the vehicle where he ended up trapped. And when that happens, the first thing he'll want to do is take revenge on the toys that once belonged to Andy and now belong to Bonnie, because they were responsible for his downfall. So far, Lilyad is considered the main villain of Toy Story 5, but she might be only half of the threat. The other half could be Lotso, who might ally himself with the tablet to complete his revenge. In one scene from the trailer, we can see several programming code tabs appearing on Lilyad's screen. We don't know the reason for this yet, but if it's a sign of malfunction, it could have been caused by Lotso using some device to contact Lilyad and tell her his plan for destroying Bonnie's toys, led by Jessie. Would you also like to see the villain from Toy Story 3 return? If so, comment down below #Lotso. Woody the villain. Everyone got excited when they saw Woody return to Bonnie's house in the trailer. At first, it looks like he will help Jessie and the other toys deal with Lilyad, but what few people considered is that all of this could be a lie, and that Woody might actually be the true villain of this movie. That would be a very bold plot twist that would completely change everything we think about Toy Story 5. And believe it or not, one of the funniest jokes in the trailer might actually be a hidden hint that the Woody who went to meet Jessie is not the same cowboy we've always known. He's going bald. Maybe that bald spot isn't because Woody is getting old, but because this guy is actually actually another toy from the Woody model line, pretending to be the former main character of the franchise. If there are multiple Buzz Lightyears, then there must be multiple Woodies as well, and this one also has another difference compared to the cowboy we know, something that is even highlighted in the trailer. He's wearing a poncho, that red cloak covering his entire body. There's no reason for Woody to wear something like that, especially since he didn't have this accessory when he spoke to Jessie on the phone. In other words, the real Woody was the one who talked to Jessie during the call, but there's a strong chance that the one who appeared at Bonnie's house is another toy from the same model, someone with bad intentions. Maybe he even has some connection to that army of malfunctioning Buzz Lightyears. But if all of this is true, what exactly is this evil Woody planning? Bad ending. We always expect happy endings in Pixar movies, even when they include some sad moments along the way. But the studio has changed a lot since the first Toy Story was released in 1995, so that rule could change. What if Toy Story 5 becomes the first Pixar movie where evil actually wins in the end? Everything seems to be working against Jessie's group in this film. Lilyad isn't just a villain, she represents a change that is happening all over the world. Electronic devices are becoming the new toys for most children. Even if Jessie, Woody, and Buzz manage to destroy Lilyad, that doesn't change the fact that it's only a matter of time before Bonnie replaces them with another piece of technology, a television, a video game console, or another tablet. They would only be delaying the inevitable. Even so, the ending could be even worse, with Bonnie becoming completely influenced by Lilyad and deciding to throw her toys away. Jessie, Buzz Lightyear, Forky, and all the others end up inside a trash can and are soon taken to a landfill, while Lilyad stays with Bonnie all to herself. Would Pixar really have the courage to do something like that? All we know is that many kids would probably be traumatized after watching the movie. Sacrifice. Toy Story is full of emotional scenes and even moments where characters almost die. If the fifth movie wants to push the limits even further, it's possible that this time not everyone will survive. In fact, we believe that one of the main characters might have to sacrifice himself to defeat Lilyad. Our theory? Buzz Lightyear will be the one to do it. This fits perfectly with everything that has been built throughout the previous movies. It's clear that Jessie will be the main character this time, and Woody will only appear in a special role, which might not even be the real Woody for most of the film. The only original main character left from the first movies is Buzz Lightyear. Toy Story 4 was Woody's farewell, so it would make sense if Toy Story 5 became the farewell to our favorite Space Ranger. And we can't deny that a scene of Buzz Lightyear sacrificing himself could be incredibly emotional. In the first movie, he believed he was a real space hero, even though he was just a toy. In this ending, by sacrificing himself, Buzz would finally become the hero he always believed he was. Subscribing to the channel is just as good as watching your favorite animations. Shall we click? Buzz Lightyear Impostor. We talked about the possibility that the Woody wearing a poncho might be a villain who stole the identity of the original Toy Story protagonist, but another character who also has a high chance of being replaced by an imposter is Buzz. However, in his case, we believe it could be something even darker. He wouldn't be replaced at the beginning or in the middle of the movie, but rather at the end, after Lilyad has already been defeated. It's not hard to imagine how this could happen. Seriously, an entire army made up of multiple Buzz Lightyear toys will appear in Toy Story 5. Do we really need to say anything else? One of them could easily take the place of the original Buzz, but why would that only happen at the end? That's where we return to the possible sacrifice of Buzz Lightyear. What if everyone believes he has died, but then the astronaut suddenly reappears and everyone thinks it's a miracle? That's when the plot twist would happen. It would be revealed that this is actually just one of the many members of that Buzz Lightyear army, and this revelation would only be shown to us, the audience, through some small detail, while the characters in the movie would continue believing that this is the real Buzz until the very end. If this storyline actually happens, the truth might only be revealed in Toy Story 6. Toys in the trash. The Toy Story 5 trailer made it clear that all the toys are at risk of being abandoned because of modern electronics. That scene where Woody and Bo Peep find a toy thrown into a tree perfectly represents this problem. But what about the toys we already saw in the previous movies? If we stop to think about it, some of them probably had very unfortunate fates, especially when we talk about Sid's toys. Woody helped them teach Sid a lesson, traumatizing the poor kid in a way that would probably require many years of therapy to recover from. His toys stopped being used for experiments after that, but what happened afterward? Sid definitely never wanted to play with them again, and his little sister didn't either, so we're left with two possibilities. Either the toys were stored away forever, or they were thrown out. And judging by the way Sid is, especially after seeing toys walking and talking, he probably threw all of his toys in the trash. But if we're lucky, spooky, Toy Story 5 might finally reveal what really happened to Sid's toys. If you like this video, there are 2 more ready on the screen. Just click and keep watching with us. Thanks, and see you soon.